Trump's NATO doubts send shockwaves across the globe, a looming crisis of trust. Donald Trump's latest pronouncements on NATO have ignited a firestorm of anxiety across the globe, echoing concerns that have simmered beneath the surface for years. His repeated questioning of America's commitment to defending its NATO allies, contingent upon their defense spending, has sent shockwaves through European and Asian capitals already grappling with the implications of a potentially diminished U.S. security umbrella. The former president's remarks, delivered with his characteristic bluntness, paint a stark picture: a weakened transatlantic alliance teetering on the brink of uncertainty. He asserted that his reluctance to unconditionally guarantee the defense of NATO members has been a consistent position throughout his presidency, 2017-2021, a position he shared frankly with his allies. While he acknowledged that his pressure tactics did incentivize increased defense spending from other member nations within the 75-year-old alliance, he insisted that these efforts fall drastically short of the mark. "Even now, it's not enough," he declared, leaving a lingering sense of unease and insecurity. This thinly veiled threat of reduced U.S. military commitment carries immense weight, especially in the current geopolitical climate. Trump's past actions, his strained relationship with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and his perceived leniency towards Russian President Vladimir Putin have already fueled anxieties about a potential shift in America's foreign policy priorities. These actions have fostered a perception that the U.S. may be less willing to actively counter Russian aggression, a possibility that sends shivers down the spines of many European leaders. The stark reality is that Trump's comments are far from isolated incidents. They represent a consistent pattern of behavior reflecting a fundamental skepticism towards the alliance's core principles. This skepticism is deeply troubling, particularly given the rising geopolitical tensions and the increasingly assertive posture adopted by Russia. The timing of these pronouncements couldn't be more critical. European leaders, already grappling with the implications of the Ukraine crisis and the potential for further Russian expansionism, convened earlier to discuss bolstering their collective defense capabilities. Their commitment to supporting Ukraine in the face of unprovoked Russian aggression underscores the vital role NATO plays in maintaining regional stability and deterring further acts of aggression. Trump's statements, therefore, threaten to undermine the very foundations of this vital alliance and the collective security it provides. The former president's criticism extends beyond the realm of military commitment. He also leveled accusations of unfair trade practices against NATO members, further fueling the perception that he views the alliance primarily through a transactional lens. This transactional approach fundamentally undermines the spirit of mutual support and collective defense that has characterized NATO since its inception. The invocation of Article 5, the alliance's collective defense clause, following the September 11th attacks marked a watershed moment in NATO's history, the only time in its existence that this crucial provision has been invoked. This unprecedented mobilization of resources, including the significant contribution of the French military to the subsequent operation in Afghanistan, stands as a testament to the strength and unity that NATO represents. Trump's undermining of this fundamental principle of collective security raises serious questions about the future viability of the alliance. His assessment of NATO as potentially good, contingent upon the resolution of what he perceives as a spending imbalance, highlights a transactional approach that fundamentally clashes with the principles of mutual defense and shared responsibility. His words raise the specter of a future where America's commitment to its allies is conditional, contingent upon financial contributions, and potentially subject to unpredictable shifts based on his personal assessment of trade relations. Such a transactional approach risks eroding the trust and mutual reliance that form the bedrock of a successful military alliance. It raises the possibility of a weakened and fractured alliance, less capable of responding effectively to emerging threats. The concerns emanating from Trump's remarks extend far beyond the immediate consequences of his words. They tap into a deeper anxiety surrounding the future of the transatlantic partnership, raising questions about the reliability of the U.S. as a security guarantor and the long-term stability of the global order. The world watches with bated breath, apprehensive about the implications of these pronouncements and the potential unraveling of a vital alliance that has played a critical role in maintaining global peace and security for over 75 years. The potential consequences, ranging from emboldened adversaries to increased regional instability, are too grave to ignore. The future of NATO, and indeed global security, hangs precariously in the balance.